Welcome to the front row, where we put you first. I'm Coach Cheryl Nolte, and this is how to find free and low-cost help for those hearing challenges. Challenges like tinnitus, hearing loss, hyperacusis, and even balance issues can affect you by making your listening and understanding efforts seem overwhelming. That's why I created the front row. These classes are captioned and now on video, and they clue you in. They empower, connect, and help you find solutions for your needs and answers for your questions. I've been challenged with hearing loss for over 50 years and a lip reader. Tinnitus and acusis have affected me for over 20 years. And over the time, I've had various balance issues along the way. I've experienced and learned so much. And for the past 15 years, I've been helping and advocating for others with hearing challenges. I've also acquired and refined the incredible skill of lip reading. And I teach it the Sherlock way. It's an easier to learn method. And have been doing that for over 10 years now. We're here to help you with valuable ways to enhance your communication and understanding. First, know you're not alone. Almost 20% of Americans have some type of hearing challenge. And in this session, we're going to talk about knowing your rights and learning about them. Support ideas and information for you, prevention and other helpful tips, plus education, self-advocacy and how it can help you, and resources that are there and how you can access them. After signing up for a class, you can request a copy of these slides and the list of helpful resources by going to our website using the contact page at www.hearingchallengecoach.com, or you can email for them at speechreader2@gmail.com, and we'll be happy to send them to you. Whether you're here for yourself or to help support someone else, you're going to find practical advice, encouragement, and resources that make a real difference in your life. So let's get you started. What we're going to talk about today, first, knowing your rights and learning how to enable them. Listening to your needs. What do you need help with? We offer education, major helps, and prevention details. We provide support ideas and info, and a tip list that I can send you, and talk about how self-advocacy can help you, even if you've never tried it before. Do you have trouble hearing in a noisy background? Or do you find yourself asking people to repeat themselves? Maybe misunderstand what others are saying? These are problems not related just to hearing loss. Even those with tinnitus, hyperacusis, and balance issues can have concentration issues impacting their understanding and communication. It's important to know and to understand the different types of hearing challenges and to know your own type and related information. The challenges we're going to talk about and tell you about resources for are hearing loss, 4 types, tinnitus, 2 types with subtypes, balance issues, and hyperacusis. And there's a number of those. There's so many things to learn. Which of over 250 apps are there to help you communicate better and stay safer. And there's an apps class, by the way, we have on the website to help you pick which ones are best for you. We talk about resources for affording hearing aids and discounted hearing aids, as well as those that help you find help when you can't afford them. We talk about white noise and cognition training and other ways to combat tinnitus and hyperacusis. And of course about preventing falls and possibly circumventing dementia related to the communication part of the brain, and counteracting dizziness. Assistive listening devices, say that fast, ALDs we call them, are available for personal, workplace, and social use, and there's a number of them. The catalogs are full of them. Do you know which ones are best for you? There's looping and the use of T-coils to know about if you are a hearing aid or cochlear implant wearer. Vocational rehabilitation is there. It's an important source to help you if you are working and need to be able to hear to do your job. And those offices are registered in each state. Find your local office if that works for you. There are special phones with volume control and captioning available, and accessories. There are 3 manufacturers of those we'll talk about, and captioning and other apps that help you, and some of those are free. Which of those steps are you taking to address and manage your hearing difficulties? We have more to talk about. To check or prevent problems, number 1 rule, avoid noise. It is the cause of so many issues. Protect your hearing with earplugs, headphones, or other headgear. Check the chemicals and solvents for side effects related to hearing loss or tinnitus. Check every prescription, every over-the-counter drug, every supplement for side effects that can also cause tinnitus and or hearing loss. And did you know there's a great assist out there to help people with hearing challenges? A hearing guide dog. This is an amazing resource that many people don't know even exists. So what are you doing to help yourself with these challenges? There's some pointers I have for you. At least every year, get your hearing checked. Go to your ear, nose, and throat doctor and have them check for wax, inflammation, any type of infection, bacterial or fungal or viral. Have them check for ear mites, which can also be a problem. And we talked about avoiding noise. Hearing loss is the most common of these challenges, and it is a global issue. Even the World Health Organization is paying closer attention to this challenge. Approximately 48 million people just in the United States, almost 20% of Americans, have this hearing difficulty. And being from America, I'm talking about our local area. Did you know you should disclose your hearing loss to those you converse with? Yes, you should. Be proactive rather than reactive. Others will react to how you act, so ask for their help so you can better understand them, because what they say is important, or they wouldn't be speaking with you, correct? People want to help, especially in social situations. This is one giant way to be your own best advocate, and it starts with you. We'll talk more about this later. Often people who don't disclose their hearing challenges wind up being thought of as dumb or not caring. It's not true. When they explain their challenge, people are understanding and realizing You are smart and you are an advocate for yourself. Make it clear that you don't need them to speak louder, which can distort the sound. Instead, you need them to speak a little slower and enunciate better. This helps so much more. Controlling your schedule is important too. How that fit in? Don't put a crowded event that you're going to too close to other social activities that you are doing. Otherwise, you're going to have what's called listening fatigue. Your ears overwork as it is. Don't get them so overworked that they are truly overwhelmed. Consult the host or hostess of an event in advance and find out a quiet corner or a space that you can go to if you start feeling overwhelmed, and follow that through. Just a little short break, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, from the sound, the distraction, the noise, the overwhelming feeling can make a big difference, but know where that is. Ask what topics are going to be likely at your meeting or your social gathering. Topic controls the words to be used. It's so much easier if you know the topic ahead of time. Use feedback when communicating. And by that, I mean, if you are not positive about the message, say, "Did you mean to say?" Or ask them, "Would you restate that in a different way?" And you need to enunciate and speak slowly enough so they respond likewise. Learn about your local country and community advocacy resources. If you go to the Chamber of Commerce or a business created for the community, senior center for example, they can give you resources to help. And learn about veterans' benefits. Almost everyone knows a veteran. 31.3% of veterans these days have hearing loss. Many more suffer tinnitus. And the World Health Organization, WHO for short, suggests it is time to move forward and discover, are you with me, the value and power of lip reading. It's a great skill and it's used in almost every possible language. They're saying, "Wake up, world!" The Sherlock way, which I used to teach with, is smarter and easier to learn. And my student reports show that 98% of them learn more than they expected. That's real power with words and real results. So think about learning lip reading. Your smile, getting that certificate of completion, could be next. The value is there because even those with hearing aids or cochlear implant can benefit significantly. The current quote is, "Even with hearing aids, many spoken words can be missed." Lip reading bridges that gap by enhancing speech understanding through visual cues. So the power empowers you. Lip reading empowers the listener. It reduces that listening exhaustion. It boosts your confidence and removes doubts. It works without electricity or batteries. I love that part. It helps capture the missing words. We all need that, don't we? It increases the understanding. There's less judgment, and it helps erase that stigma about hearing aids. Because if you wear glasses to help your eyesight or dentures to help you chew, what's the problem with wearing hearing aids? it helps the people around you. That's so important. There is less need for, "What did you say?" And you learn why not to ask, "Repeat that, please." The potential to offset dementia and fall risk and more are there if you keep your brain busy, which includes using lip reading as a skill. And it gives power back to words, even when noise interferes. And I use it a lot in noise. So there are resources for these hearing challenges to check out. For hearing loss, there's the Hearing Loss Association of America. There's the AARP, the IDA Institute, IDA Institute, which is a wonderful educational format, the National Hearing Conservation Association, the Alexander Graham Bell Association for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing, the Hearing Health Foundation, and you can get a free magazine from them, the Association of Late Deafened Adults, the American Cochlear Implant Alliance. For tinnitus, there's the American Tinnitus Association. Wonderful organization. I belong to that too. For guide dogs, there's Paws with a Cause, NEADS.org, and guidedogs.org to check out. And for help with language, lip reading, and speech needs, there's the American Speech Language Hearing Association, or ASHA. There's the National Black Association for Speech, Language, and Hearing, NBASLH. The Hearing Challenge Coach, LLC, that's us. And the National Institute on Deafness and Other Communication Disorders. For research on hearing, there's the American Hearing Research Foundation, full of information of different kinds of research being done to help bring hearing back to humans. For balance issues, the two main ones are the vestibular.org organization and the American Balance Society. That's 19 different organizations to help those with hearing challenges in some way. So you are not alone. I have some pointers for you. For hearing aids, be prepared and get your hearing aid tuned up at least annually. Take it in for the cleaning and the checking to make sure that your tubes and your hook, if you have one, your dome, whatever parts that get sound into your ear are not clogged and clean. Get your hearing checked at least every year or at least every other year. Use a dehumidifier to prevent moisture damage on your hearing aids, and use it regularly. If you're in a non-humid area, maybe once a month is enough. If you're in a humid area, at least weekly. Always carry a fresh supply of batteries with you for your hearing aid, for your personal sound amplification product, and your assistive listening device if you travel with those, even for a short time. And remember to bring your charger with you when you are going to be gone. You'll never know when all of a sudden your power runs out and you need that. Now we're going to climb a little. Climb? Yep. Climb. I'm going to help you climb into an area that is so wonderful, and it's called advocacy. You can help others by helping yourself. Did you know that? Oh my goodness. Be a good listener. That's first. Another topic that's covered in my lip reading sessions, big time. Learning to listen properly is beneficial in so many aspects of life. And I'll bet your best friend is a good listener. The more time you take to get your listening ability in your favor, the smarter and better off you will be. Maximize your hearing and be your own best advocate by doing these things. Use body language. Instead of being stoic or even timid or not very demonstrative, the more outgoing you are, the more you use a little hand and elbow and body language and facial expression, the easier it is to communicate and be understood. And if you do it, others are more likely to respond that way. Don't cover your mouth when you're talking. This includes if you happen to be using a microphone, because when you do that, we lip readers can't read your lips. So learning about listening is so important. And as a coach, I'm reminded of a quote by the late Larry King. Nothing I say this day will teach me anything. So if I'm going to learn, I must do it by listening. I love that one. Another pointer. Use the military alphabet. When words aren't clear, mistakes can be dangerous or even lethal. Today, the military alphabet is used in the United States, and it's the same one used by NATO. It's a super tool, and I will tell you, it's especially helpful on the phone or in a hospital or doctor setting. You want to get those numbers and letters and words exactly right. Or you could be getting medicine or a shot you don't need, or not be getting one you do need if you don't get that right. So important. If you are hearing tired or overwhelmed or exhausted, go out for that fresh air like I mentioned. Get rejuvenated in your thinking and hearing and understanding if at all possible. Even 2 minutes to 5 minutes can make a big difference in what your brain is accepting and doing. And know your limitations. Sometimes we want to have those big shoulders and say we're fine when your head is about to really go, ah! Know your limitations. If you feel like you might be having a headache, your tinnitus is starting to flare up, or you're starting to have balance issues, say thank you and leave, or at least ask for a quiet place for a few moments. Another clue, sit or stand next to someone whose lips are easier for you to read, whose understanding with you and speaking with you is among the easier of the group you're in. Learn how to maintain your hearing aids or other devices at home to the extent possible. Yes, there are things you can do at home to help, and sometimes on a daily basis. A toothbrush comes in handy, as a matter of fact. The class that I teach on apps and the class that I teach on adapting to hearing aids both get into that. You can find those, by the way, on the website. Also know, just as a pointer for those of you that might want to know, alcohol can lessen your cognitive ability. It brings down the processing that the brain is trying to do. And if you can take a power nap before an event, a convention, a big family gathering, a big meeting, or something that's coming up that's important, take that power nap or try and get a really good night's rest the night before. And sometimes as little as 6 people can make a difference when that happens. It's easier to understand them when your mind is fresh and you've been rested. So what are you doing for yourself to help overcome hearing challenges? In addition to getting your hearing checked and avoiding noise, there are a few things I want to tell you. One I call Beyond Friends, and that is when you go to public events, ask for these questions. Is the location looped? And I can send you information on that. Go to the website and ask about it. Activate your T-coil in your hearing aid if you have one, and you'll hear as if it's one-on-one through the sound system. It's amazing. Know that some churches, museums, and meeting locations and classrooms are looped. Ask if the event will be captioned. For large audiences, you will find areas that are captioned, and in some places, they will have a special section set up close to the stage that is just for those that are reading lips and signing. And you will see the signers very, very often are actually mouthing the words so their lips can be read. So it's a big help if you know this and get there early so you can sit in that section, because with all of these people with this difficulty, that area fills up fast and it's typically first come, first serve. Large official meetings and conventions and events get captioned and have those areas set aside for the signers and lip readers if they're smart. If they haven't got that, say next time it'd be a good idea if you did. Are there accommodations available for the hearing challenge when you go to locations like theaters or movies? There could be listening devices available that work with certain types of technology. Find out what that is. In fact, some of those are required by the American Disabilities Act to make a certain percentage of that equipment available. In those cases, always when you've finished and they've given you a device to use or a special section to sit in, before you leave, thank them for having that for you. Advocacy and your rights is what we talk about now. Your right to hear and understand is essential. Let me say that again. Your right to hear and understand is essential. Many organizations and governments work together to protect those rights. The Americans with Disabilities Act, which was signed into law in July of 1990, ensures equal opportunity by prohibiting discrimination based on a disability and by guaranteeing access to employment, goods and services, and state and local government programs. Your rights matter. Use them, share them, and defend them. The website for that is www.ada.gov. Next is the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. It's responsible for enforcing federal laws that make it illegal to discriminate against a job applicant or employee because of the person's age, disability, or genetic information. And the website for that is www.eeoc.gov. And last but not least, our friend, the Federal Communications Commission, regulates interstate and international communication by television, radio, wire, satellite, and cable in all 50 states, District of Columbia, and U.S. territories as well. The website is www.fcc.gov. For all of these agencies, if you want more information, you can go to their website, or ask your coach. I want to pass along to you 3 rules I have about advocacy that help everything come together. 1, be your own best advocate. Learn how. The more you try, the better things become. You are not alone. 2, know your resources and where to find those that you don't have. Ask questions. Come to the website and a contact page. And 3, ask yourself this question: how would I help someone else who had the same hearing challenge? Because very often you will find by learning how to help others, you have really helped yourself. I have pointers about advocacy. I mentioned knowing your limitations, trying to listen with hearing loss or tinnitus or the other challenges tires you out. So know how quickly that happens to you so you can be ready and know your boundaries of leaving. Know where you go, who you talk to if you do have to leave quickly. A second one, have a hearing buddy or communication buddy, or some guys call it a wingman. This works for some people better than others. You can communicate with each other to get the missing words via winks, toe taps, hand squeezes, or later fill me ins to find out what you are missing. And if you want to know more about that, I talk about it in my lip reading classes. It's part of our fun. You're invited to find out about our other sessions on the website: lip reading for beginners like Sherlock, the apps for those with hearing challenges, adapting to hearing aids. That's a new one and so important, especially with people buying over the counter these days. There's so many questions that your provider can't answer inside of that 1-hour window you have with them too. There's introduction to hearing challenges to talk about these different challenges and what you should know that will help you. I even do an intro to lip reading to get you started to understand what's involved and how much fun and how important it is and how we teach you in an easier to learn way. Then there are coaching services that we offer for hearing challenges or for tinnitus, because I've been through so much and I want to pass it along and you will benefit. So at this point, it's thank you. If you have questions, you can contact me and our group at hearingchallengecoach.com. Text number is on the slide for you, as well as the email address. And I will tell you that it's so great that you have interest in helping yourself by taking this class. And I wish you better communication and clearer understanding. Keep at it. Be your own best advocate. Bye.